When you hear the word Superfast, you always think of cars like Lamborghini, Pagani, Ferrari and McLaren and stuff like that. Well, now there is a new thing you think about when you hear the word Superfast. It is this, the Ferrari 812 Superfast, built and produced from 2017, and my god, it's amazing. Now, just before we get into all the stuff we usually talk about, when I hear Ferrari, I just think of like the mid-tier kind of average car like the 458 or the 488, cars like that. I've never really gained an attachment to a Ferrari. Yeah, I love the LaFerrari. I think it's an amazing piece of machinery, but again, it's beaten out by the McLaren P1 for me, so I've never really gained that attachment to a car. Whereas you've given me the 812, and holy crap, do I enjoy this vehicle. I love it. So let's get into it. Obviously this came with the brand new car pack that was out 2 days ago, and you get one version of this car for free with the car pack. If you do want to buy it again for any reason, you will have to splash a bit of cash. It will cost you 1.4 million credits. I think that's a bit too expensive for this car. I wouldn't have even paid $500,000 for this car. Like, I'm never buying another one of these in this game anyway. And you know, you do get a hell of a lot of performance. 788 horsepower, 529 foot-pounds of torque, weighing 3,594 pounds. That's a good amount of horsepower. It does weigh a little bit more than I would kind of expect, but it is meant to be a luxury sport touring supercar. So you can see why it weighs a bit more, because it's got to have all the comforts of a nice reclining chair, and it's got to have the speed of a vicious Ferrari, and it definitely does. We're going to go for grip, and it's 275s on the front, 315s on the rear, and street tyres are standard. It is rear wheel drive, and for the first time in a good long while, it is a front engine Ferrari. Now, we reviewed the 720S yesterday, and that has 10mm smaller rear tyres, but it does have sport tyres as standard. It also has less horsepower and active aero. So you'd think it would grip better than the 812 does. You would be massively wrong. I have no idea where this car finds its grip, but it just does. It just maybe that was a bad time to come to it, since I have just spun out. But I wanted to put that in there because that's the only single time I spun out in the whole of recording this video, apart from the drifting. That's the whole time the only time I spun out if I'm not drifting. Like that is amazing from a car. So yeah, it just has grip out of nowhere, and I don't understand where it gets it from. It doesn't have a massive wing. It doesn't really look like there's anything that's meant to be holding it down. You see like the vents and stuff, which, you know, hold it down, but it all works really well in the body, and you just wouldn't notice it. If we're talking about the amazing sounding engine in this thing, you get a 6.5 litre naturally aspirated V12. Yep. Again, Ferrari with the V12s. I'm not complaining. It sounds impeccable. And this car will go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. 0 to 105.5 seconds, so that's a bit slower to from 0 to 60 and to 0 to 100 than the 720S, but then again, you do have to remember it does weigh a hell of a lot more. It's 60 to 0 on 132 feet, 100 to 0 on 310 feet, so the brakes are genuinely incredible. For a car weighing this much, the brakes, you can brake at about the 200 meter board, and coming down this straight at Monza, you're doing about 200 miles an hour. You're stopping a car doing 200 miles an hour, weighing 3,500 pounds in 200 whatever units it is. It's either meters or yards or something. The brakes are impeccable. The top speed, a good 222 miles an hour. This car is no short of super fast for what you are buying, and I love it. Also, look at how good it looks. It looks incredible. Like I said, you wouldn't expect it to have as much grip. It doesn't have a massive wing. It doesn't have a ducktail wing. You wouldn't really notice the little magic aero parts that are all over this car. But you can, if you keep a keen eye, you'll see like the vents that funnel air through the front fenders and through the side panels and at the rear of it that keep the air around the car, keeping it planted into the floor, and it has so much grip. It is impeccable. But now, we must see how well it does around the track, on the drag strip, and in drifting. So that means we're going to hand it over to our team racing driver. Some say he's someone who's not very good at driving. Others say he's a pro race car driver. All we know is he's not the Stig, he's me in the Stig's outfit on a drag strip. Let's go. I didn't think of them before I did this video. I told myself to, but I forgot about it. Anyway, we're over with the quarter mile already. The Ferrari goes into 7th place with a 9.893. It is about 2 tenths down on the 720S. I mean, yeah, 2 tenths if you round it up. But it is a good 2 tenths up on the 650S, so it does go right in the middle of them both, which surprised me. I expected it to be a little bit faster, but then again, you do have to remember it does weigh quite a bit. Now we come into the drifting aspect, and I was excited to get this thing drifting. 788 horsepower again is not a number I would use to drift, but when you saw me doing the preview clips for this car, you would see me getting it sliding out a bit, and it was a lot of fun to get sliding out. And the way you do it is just you would go slow into a corner, throw it down into third, and then turn into the corner very, very tight, throw the back end up, put like full throttle on, and then counter steer it, and it would be perfectly fine. But because it has so much grip out of nowhere, I have no idea where all the grip comes from. That's why I really enjoy drifting this car. I mean, you saw there, I did have a little bit of an accident with the wall. The wall simply jumped out at me and scared me. No, it's just yeah. This was a lot easier to drift than the 720S, I'll give you that. It took me, this was my 3rd lap with the 812, and it was just incredible. Like, I was amazed by how easy and how much fun this car is to drift. And no, it might not be the most spectacular thing you've ever seen, and I doubt I've got the best score you can get with this car, but look how good it looks while it's drifting. Look how easy it is to drift apart from hitting the wall. Yeah, it looks incredible, and like, I can't not gush over how good this car looks, because it looks incredible, and it just looks so at home doing these slides and stuff, and it was good. It was a lot of fun to drift. Like I said, it was very easy to drift, and you can see I'm just throwing it around, and I'm full throttle on these things. I would be drifting in about 5th gear again, just because this Ferrari does have more gear. I think it's got about 8 gears. Not that I ever went into 8th gear, because I never needed to. But I was drifting in 5th because the first 4 or so gear ratios are a bit short to do drifting in, and you should be buzzing limiter a lot with all the power. 5th gear was about the perfect gear, and I was just really, really enjoying drifting this thing. And it, again, like the 650S, it's got so much power but enough grip, and I really, really, really enjoyed drifting it, and it was definitely my cup of tea. But there we go, across the line. And the best lap we got in the Ferrari put it into a 9th position with a 34,791. It is about 800 down on the Dodge Durango SRT, but it is about 60 or so points above the A45 AMG. It does beat a 918 and a 911 GT2 RS, but it's down on the 650S by about 2k. So yeah, but now we must take it to the Suzuka Full Circuit to do our lap, and I was not worried about this lap at all. The practice went perfectly fine. I was very confident in the car, and I was more confident in this like 10 times over than I was of the 720S. That's how good this car is. It has so much grip, and you can see just over the headlights there's little vents that funnel air through to the side of the car, which you'll see if you get a side profile view of the car, just after the wheel arch, you'll see a little hole, and it funnels the air up and down into the rear fenders and keeps this thing planted on the ground. And it is crazy that Ferrari have managed to use this magical aero gubbins to make the car have so much grip and for it to look so good. Anyway, we come up to the Degners, and the brakes were impeccable. We had no problems through the S-curve, no problems through the Dunlop curve. Everything was fine. The Degners was good, easy on the brakes. The car brakes phenomenally. I don't understand how it's got such good brake performance. Up the uphill hairpin in a minute, and it's very easily braked into the uphill hairpin. Maybe a little bit late on the brakes and a little bit out braking myself, but there's no drama whatsoever up there. There's not even a slight hint of wheel spin. No worries whatsoever of the car sliding out. It might look here like it's sliding out a little bit, but that's how much grip this car has. It can basically grab its way around the circuit and not lose any time. It is incredible. Coming up to Spoon now, we're very late on the brakes. You can see how just that the car is still diving down when we get to the corner. That's how late I can brake and be confident in it. Taking the inside line, obviously, and look how good that looks. It looks incredible. It's just wants to eat your face off. It's incredible. Now coming up to the back straight here, we're getting up to about 180 miles an hour, and we can get it very confidently around the round 130. Yeah, look, no drama whatsoever. And this is weighing 3,500 pounds. And now we're on the brakes very late, just over the curve when we get onto the brakes in the 812, and it's a perfect line through there. Come through the Casso triangle again, can shift it down to third gear, get the power on. It's just no drama whatsoever from the Ferrari, and it just accelerates and accelerates and it accelerates superbly quickly. And now we are across the line. The Ferrari comes into a 7th position with a 2:18.196. It's down on the 1-to-1 by about 4 seconds. It's also down on the 720 by about 4 seconds. So the 720 is superbly quick, but I'd much rather drive the 812. It's just so much better. It's up on the 911 GT2 by 0.3 of a second. So, you know, it just fit nicely into that supercar category. And if we talk a minute about the 911, is that car is not very practical. It has scaffolding in the back of it, and it doesn't sound nearly as good as or look as good as the 812. Yeah, it's a hell of a lot cheaper, but the 812 I would drive any day over it, and it got 0.3 of a second quicker, and the 911 weighs so much less than the 812. We're talking about the 720. The 720 is 4 seconds quicker a lap around this circuit than the 812 is. But the thing is, you can jump in the 812 and get a 218 on your first lap round if you've never driven it before, because that's how easy it is to drive. If you try and get a 214 with the 720S on your first attempt, you will die. It's just no worrying about it. You will spin out, you will crash off, and you will hit a wall and die. This car, you can get so much confidence from the get-go. It's so easy to drive, it's got so much traction, so much grip. And if you do get a bit of a slide, look, I'm just easily controlling. I'm not spinning out, I've not got no drama. It is honestly one of the best cars I've ever driven. Ever. And it has easily become my second favourite Ferrari behind the LaFerrari. Obviously that's always going to be at the top because of how superbly quick and how superbly technologically advanced that car is. But this, as a normal road going supercar, this easily is my second favourite Ferrari ever. I love it so much. I love it more than the F40. And the F40 is great, it is incredible. The F40 gets a third in my books. The 812 Superfast is an impeccable piece of machinery, and it is just so incredible. If I'm being honest, the price is way too overpriced for this car. I would say around about the 400 to 600,000 mark. Definitely not 1.4 million. But yeah, this car, it looks good, it sounds incredible, it drives phenomenally, it's a lot of fun to drift around. It's pretty quick in a quarter mile, it's very good at accelerating, and you'll never worry about it trying to kill you unless you're an absolute idiot with it. Like, I was genuinely in third gear accelerating full throttle out some of these corners. That's how much grip it has. 788 horsepower all going down to the floor in third gear, and it just grips up, especially up the uphill hairpin. That's where it surprised me the most. It has so little drama, and it is an impeccable car. Do I think you should buy the car pack for the 812 alone? Yes, that genuinely is an incredible car, and if you don't get to drive this thing, you're really missing out. But the 720S and the other cars in the pack are just a bonus because I adore this vehicle, and it's just really good. But I want to hear your guys' opinions. Comment down below what you think of the 812 Superfast. Do you think it's super fast or super overpriced and super crap. Yeah, comment it down below. But yeah, you know how I feel about it. I think it's genuinely amazing, and again, my second favourite Ferrari ever made. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more car reviews on the new car fact very soon, as in tomorrow soon. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. TMD's Hyper, signing out.